Okay, so people have been asking me to look into NewJeans, and their energy has been really hard to grab onto, which is why I haven't uploaded as much as I want. This video is kind of organized weird, so please see the timestamps below. But first, I read for each girl individually, and then I read for Minji, and at the end of the video, I looked into their future. I don't really feel confident, I gotta be honest. But it is positive what I saw. We'll see if it comes true or not. I don't know, I just read vibes. With that being said, everything I say is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only, and with peace and love, and let's go! Okay, Hanni. Wanting to fight. Judgment Day, Awakening, Burden. She wants to continue with the lawsuit. I immediately thought of the word justice in the justice card, but she doesn't want to go forward with the lawsuit because this is like wanting to go back in for fight, especially because the swords is like thought communication, and so she believes that there is a real case there, or in something that they have been harmed or hurt. The judgment is like awakening. It's also feeling judged. She feels judged, and I feel like maybe a little bit unfairly, and this is burden. Like, I want to work at this. I want to keep going with this. God, people are gonna think I stacked the deck. I did not stack the deck. Justice in the reverse position. She's been treated unfairly. She believes that. People are gonna be like, you put that card there. I didn't. I'm so gagged. That's crazy. But she believes that they were treated unfairly. And she believes that like she wants justice. Like, she wants people to believe that NewJeans has a case, and more specifically, believe that NewJeans has been mistreated. I 100%. To be fair, I really haven't been following the case that much, so I don't really know what they're arguing about anymore. I'm so sorry. But she believes that they have been wronged in some way, and that there is a case, and that she and the members are being judged unfairly. But that's like her. She's locked into this, like kind of like a target shooter, and she's like, I want to do this. I want to be in a lawsuit. I want to win this case. I know we have a case. That's like her whole world. Knight of Cups is like moving. Cups is emotion, and the Hermit. She's somewhat. In the Page of Wands. Oh, I feel a level of concern for Hanni. She feels almost like hyper-fixated, or almost kind of like a little bit obsessed with this, because the Hermit, it's in the reverse position, and upright, it's like being on your own and soul-searching. In this way, it's almost like you are on your own, but it's like kind of like isolation almost, or like dimming of your light. And the Page of Wands in the reverse position is like a lack of drive, a lack of power, a lack of passion. And she's an artist, right? Like, we know her as a K-pop artist. In the reverse position, it's sort of like there's no more singing, there's no more laughter. It's all about work. It's all about the law, especially because this is grayed out. In the Ace of Pentacles is like, I want money from this. I want, or not money, but it could be money, but more like I want a reward for this. I want retribution to be had. I want, like, what's fair is fair to happen. And the Hanged Man is like, I want perspective. I want to be acknowledged for this. Like, she, if I was Hanni's parent, I would be like, baby, can we like go to the beach? We should do something fun. Can we take you to like, I don't know, a fair? Because her energy is really serious and very locked in. And I think that's true if you're in a lawsuit, that's really hard, but like, it's like kind of concerning also. Almost like she is not like relaxing. Like, I see her shoulders really tight, and she's like, no, like, this is it. And it's like, okay. Because I think that's, if you feel like you've been wronged and no one acknowledges that, that's a really painful place to be in. But it's almost like she is really locked into that pain and not like letting anything else in. Okay. Minji. Knight of Wands, rushing towards something creative, building. Queen of Wands, go off. And balancing. Queen of Wands. She really wants to get back to dancing and like being on stage and stuff like that, and being just kind of like a K-pop idol. What else? Because the Two Pentacles is kind of interesting. I'm trying to balance a couple of things. Knight of Pentacles, money, transitioning, and the Queen of Cups. That's Heejin, maybe? King of Pentacles in the reverse position. That's Hyein, being displeased with her. Moving on. Oh, she wants to move on. It's not super strong, but she's kind of like, I just want to move on from all of this. I like see her like rubbing her hands, wiping her hands. That's what like wiping her hands of it. Kind of like this, like that. She wants to be done with it. I think she understands that like, there's still more stuff to be had, but she really just wants to sing and dance and perform and not be bogged down by the lawsuit, but also just like the media play and kind of like what's going on, like, you know, every day when you like search NewJeans, and it's more about like what's going on with them or more evidence and stuff like that. She wants to move on from that. I think she's trying to balance like practical things, maybe the lawsuit with like taking care of herself or whatever, but this is like desperately like, I want to move on. I want to transition away from this. And the Queen of Cups, she wants to work with Heejin. She feels favorably towards Heejin. She just kind of wants to be done with Hyein and on to performing. I say this so respectfully, Minji seems like she is not the most like deep thinker, and I say that respectfully, that because it's not like you're not wrong or bad or lesser than for being that way, but she's very like, what's in front of her is what's in front of her, kind of like a puppy. It's very sweet. She's just like, I just want to dance. It's kind of iconic. happily ever after, Queen of Swords, and I think she was going through a hard time. She feels better now. She feels hopeful for some reason, which is nice. She just kind of wants to move on with her life. I feel like she's stuck in limbo. That's how she feels. The Tower, okay. Oh, but this is like victory. Something major is gonna happen and receiving victory. And like the cage coming like off of you, and almost like you don't have to be as apprehensive anymore. There's going to be good news. It might be with NewJeans as a whole, but it might be with Minji. The thing is, I don't know if it's going to be public or like more of a private thing. I can't tell if it's about the case either. It might be something personal to her, but in one way or another, Minji feels stuck in limbo and like fine, like okay, but I feel like she's going to feel better soon, like more alive and more awake. But she just really wants to like dance and create. That's like her whole goal and focus. She's like, I just want to do this. She understands the lawsuit. She's not necessarily mad about it. I don't think she's the leader of the lawsuit. She's not the one that's gung-ho about it. That does seem like Hanni so far. She favors Heejin. She wants to work with Heejin. Just cute girl. Okay. Thank you, Minji. Okay, Hyein. Moving forward, charging forward, making progress. Death, but that's like a stall and a delay, especially when it comes to leveling up, evolving, a rebirth. The 5, oh, this is like mourning. Oh, that's so interesting, because all these cards are very similar. Even the color palette's really similar. But this is like mourning. It's like what we've lost versus what we can gain, and trying to focus on the positive. The moon is a secret being revealed. This is getting over heartbreak, or like no love lost as well. And that is the 3 of Wands is like planning something new. Oh, this is like moving forward. But the death and the rebirth, but sometimes it's just like the death card. It doesn't really matter where it came up. The moon is a revealing of a secret. Why do I feel like the lawsuit's gonna wrap soon? I don't know why. For her specifically, I don't know, because this is her energy. Maybe she believes that. In any case, though, this is like moving forward. We're making progress. The death, if it were in the upright, would be like a rebirth, but it's in the reverse position, which is like not evolving. So this is making physical progress, and this is more in terms of like your mentality. She feels kind of blunted, if anything. Like her energy is not really strong right now. I see her rolling her eyes and kind of exacerbated. She's over it, but she doesn't know how to like move out of her situation. The Hanged Man is being stuck, but it's also like the need for a new perspective. The 2 of Wands. Oh, that's interesting, because these 2 cards are very similar. This is building, trying to create a future. This is imagining like where are we gonna go, what are we gonna do. And the 4, that's like over control or not enough control. She feels super out of control in her life. She is planning a lot. She's fantasizing a lot. She wants to like do stuff, create things. She's very young, right? She's like 18, 19, I'm not sure. She's young. She feels stuck. She feels super numb. Like her energy is not strong. Like her emotional energy, I should say. Like she doesn't feel like, if anything, I feel kind of like if there's cold air in my head, in my brain almost. Like I don't know. I feel like she's really kind of burnt out, so much so that she's like she doesn't even feel tired. She's like, oh, okay, like another day. Like I don't know. It's not depressed. It's not sad. It's just sort of like I'm stuck here until the lawsuit ends. And I think that's true. Like, she doesn't feel like she can do anything. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure, but that's how she feels. She wants to make progress, but it's sort of like, nope, not until this other thing dies away. And so she's also mourning, I think, NewJeans, what they could have been. I don't think she was in love with the idea of starting the lawsuit. I think she understood, of all of the members, I feel like, strongly understand the lawsuit and the importance of it. They're not mad that they're in the lawsuit. They're like, yeah, that needed to happen. But they're also very, like, kind of over it. Except for Hanni. But, like, they're like, there's a need for it. There's an importance to it. But it's sort of like, if you take a class because you need to graduate, and you're like, I hate this class, though. That's it. But it's like, I want to graduate, though. That's the vibe. She seems blunted. She's just sort of like waiting for something to be over, so she's not really like online, if that makes sense. She's not really awake to her life right now. I feel like there might be new information coming though. I don't know. It seems like it's related to the lawsuit, but I don't know why it would be specifically to Hyein that she would get that information. Yeah. Let's do Hearin. Miss Baby Girl. Tower in the reverse position. Something that should change is not changing. Oh, depression and anxiety. Planning, wanting to do something different. The King of Swords. Oh, but that's like I see like her under someone's thumb for some reason. The Fool, not being able to make progress. It's also naivety, but that's also like sobering up to become from naive to sobering. The Temperance is not giving and receiving, or sometimes giving the short end of the stick. The Emperor is power. She feels controlled. She feels heavy too, like down almost. Like this is a burden. This is exhausting. I don't want to do this. I don't know where the change is. She feels stuck as well. They all feel pretty stuck. She's not like against the lawsuit, but she's like very like I see her sighing and I see her kind of depressed. That makes sense. Like they were in a massive group. They were, I guess, living their dream, but under like a pretty poor environment for them. So she is just like sad. She's waiting for this to be over. I think they all are. I think they have the expectation that they will be able to be a group together again. I've said this for a while. They have the expectation they will be a group together again. They'll be able to tour and dance and have comebacks and be cute. They believe that. But this is sort of like she's not giving what she's getting. I do think they practice and rehearse again. Like, because this is burden too. I think she has a lot of mental burdens as well, especially because we have this card, which is like depression, anxiety, like they all got this card, or almost all of them, right? This is like giving and taking and not giving what you're receiving, or receiving what you're giving. The Emperor is power too, which is sort of like, and we also have the King of Swords, which is like lording over you. She feels controlled, for sure. She still, I think they tried to get out of a controlling situation and they're still being controlled, but because they're still not out of Adore and Hybe, right? They're still technically like under contract with them. She doesn't feel good. Last one is Danielle. Okay. Ace of Swords. Knight of Cups. The Devil. That's like feeling relieved almost, but not being able to think or speak how you want to. Processing your emotions, so that's good. Lack of collaboration. Oh. Lack of work as well. Magician, being able to manifest what you want. Oh, I see. For some reason, she's not working with them, or they're not working together, or they're not working. But I saw in the last reading, I don't know. But Magician, but this is also the Devil and the releasing of something toxic. And the Magician is being able to manifest what you want. Star. In the reverse, though, is lack of vulnerability, lack of stardom, asking for help. Oh, that's weird. Oh my god. It kind of feels like she wants to work on her own, or kind of become a solo artist, or just kind of like work on her own. That doesn't necessarily mean she's going to launch her own solo career. I don't even think she can, but it's like she's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna go work with another artist, or like dance, or like whatever, because the Devil is like the releasing of something toxic, and this is like processing your own emotions. But the Knight is like an independent card. Like Knights tend to, operate alone, but also protective, and it's also emotional. And then this is like not collaborating. This is like not working. But the Magician is like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna manifest, my dreams out of like raw material. And the Star is like not feeling like a star, but wanting to get back into that. And it's like asking for help. Like that also could be vulnerability as well. And this is like a crossroads. I see her like kind of, I don't think it's like because like I don't like these girls. It's almost like, well, NewJeans isn't gonna get off the ground. Like Heejin, I haven't pulled cards on her, but it's sort of like Heejin, like I don't know what she's up to. I don't know how the lawsuit's gonna go. So for Danielle, it's like I want to continue like pursuing my dream, like of singing and being like a pop star or whatever. So I'm just gonna do that in any way I can. It's not like necessarily serious. It's hard to explain. It's sort of like, I want to continue dancing, so I'm going to do that. And the other girls are preoccupied or busy, or it's just not going to work out that way. That's what it is, because it's like asking for help. So it's like, I'm going to collaborate with other people maybe. I'm not sure. They all got this card. I guess it's like Hybe maybe. Page of Cups, Queen of Swords. Yes, like she's in her power, like she wants to, and that's like creating, she wants to make money, she wants to like work, and she's like trying to get the other girls too, and she's like, girl, we can't, like we're in a lawsuit, what are you talking about? And I guess there are like sanctions on them about doing that. She's gonna do it anyway. I don't know, like I think she's gonna find a loophole or something, I'm not sure, because it doesn't seem like she's going to get smacked down for this, but it's like she wants to continue working, she wants to do what she does. I don't know, it's not necessarily going to get off the ground and be successful, but it's a good outlet for her at the very least. Good for her. Let's ask about Heejin, and then I'll ask about their future. Okay, Heejin, the Sun card, girl. Knight of Swords, rushing towards. King of Swords. Oh, that's like in conflict with one another. The King of Pentacles. Oh. Queen of Cups. Things aren't working out in her favor, but she's like, yeah, like, it's weird because the Sun is like a yes card, it's a happiness card, and then you have the Knight. She is like still fighting, she still believes that she's in the right, or things are going to work out. I have to be honest, and I say this really respectfully, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's like also, her energy doesn't feel very like grounded in reality, if that makes sense. I don't want to use like derogatory terms. She seems like a little off kilter, if you can read between the lines. Like, not all there, not entirely based on Earth is what it is. Because like you have like the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles around her. I do think there might be something that is unreleased about Hybe that makes them look bad, and it seems like something they said. I don't know if she's like, she can't access it, or she's sitting on it and waiting or something like that, but like, I don't even think that's going to be a smoking gun necessarily, but it would make them look bad, but I don't think people would care that much. Maybe, I don't know. But in any case, the King of Pentacles though is like this powerful man, like has all the money, you know, like, and it's also looking at her, and like this is her, Queen of Cups. She tends to show up as these types of cards too, very intuitive, very artistic cards. But she's upright, and she's like looking at the King of Pentacles, which is sort of like, she believes that they're on equal footing, they are at equal levels of, I guess, favorability in terms of the lawsuit, even though, and again, I haven't personally been following it closely, but it seems like NewJeans is more on the losing side, or things keep going unfavorably towards them. Heejin thinks that it's like, oh, we're equal, like, you know, there's still like a fair chance, and there might be, I'm not sure, I'm not following it. She believes things are going swimmingly though, but the I mean, as much as I can in a lawsuit, she's still fighting. She's still committed to the bit about it as well. She believes that she's in the right. It's weird though, because like she really doesn't feel like all the way there. Kind of like if she's having maybe like a manic episode, kind of, but not necessarily in terms of like hyper. It's more just in terms of kind of like when someone has kind of like a glassy look in their eye. Like they're not all there, but they're there enough to function. And I really want to be respectful when I say that. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse position is like not being able to work on the thing you want to work on. That would probably be artistic pursuits like NewJeans, for example. I don't know if there's sanctions on her to not be able to work on like a new group or something like that, but she, the star in the reverse position is a lack of vulnerability, a lack of stardom, a lack of nourishing, the Queen of Wands. She tends to show up as that type of card as well, which is like a lack of artistry, a lack of like being in your element, a lack of fire, a lack of passion, and a death. She really might abandon NewJeans. I say this so respectfully, or just kind of like, I can't tell if it's the girls, but at least the IP of NewJeans. She's like, well, this is dead in the water. And almost like if the courts rule unfavorably entirely with NewJeans and like the lawsuit is over and they lost, Heejin literally just might find like another bunch of girls and like, or people, but it seems like she prefers or thinks that girls are more successful in K-pop currently. She might just find a new group and like start over and be like a little bit more quieter about like, this is her group, you know what I mean? So she's not dragged in as much. But because this is death, this is like a rebirth or whatever. She feels very bound up though and like not in her element. She doesn't like how she's portrayed in the media, for sure. The King of Wands, powerful, fiery. Didn't we just get that? Where did we get a Wands card? Oh, this. Okay. Oh, shit. What does that mean? The Moon. She has backing from somebody. I saw this like roughly in another reading, but she has like backing from somebody. I don't know if it's money-wise, but in some way she has like support from someone powerful. The Moon is a secret, and she has a secret, or a secret's gonna come out. And then the 9 of Pentacles is like luxury. She, for one reason or another, is going to come out of this lawsuit perfectly fine. That's kind of sad, because I don't think the girls are, but she's gonna be perfectly fine. I'm pissed. Oh, whatever. That's just the way, isn't it? Alright, let's ask about their future. Okay, NewJeans. Magician, not being able to manifest what you want. This is luxury. It also can be Minji. The Page of Cups, that's like youthful energy, especially creative and dreamy energy. 10 of Swords is like being pinned down though, and the Page of Swords is like young energy, but not being able to say or express yourself freely. And the Judgment is being judged, but it's also awakening. It's also like Judgment Day. A ruling might come out soon about the whole case at large. It seems like it might go unfavorably for the girlies. I feel like they could like go back into the industry again if they wanted to. I mean, if people will accept them with open arms is a whole different story. For some reason, I feel like they'll be able to get out of their contract, but like they're gonna be, what's the word? I think they're gonna owe a lot of money, or there's going to be some sort of like penalty or something that's like heavy for them. But they won't like stay at Hive or Adore, but they'll owe something. Knight, ooh, 2 Knights, Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, and then the 3 of Pentacles. I see. Yeah, I could see them paying to become independent and like work together as a group, because the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups are like moving towards a group right here, and it's like we'll pay so we can be together, so we can share emotions, so we can like do our thing and be like, you know, artists together. They want to work together, all of them. I think some want to work together, like that's the only thing they want to do, and some are like, if it works out, like it works out, but if not, like I'll do my own thing or like work with someone else. King of Cups, lording over them though, trying to balance the Empress. They'll come out of this. I see this every reading. They'll come out of this okay. They will have a lot of emotional damage. I think they will have to owe money, but they'll come out of it okay. I don't know. I really want to know if they'll be able to perform again, or like if the public will accept them again. But the Empress is like feminine energy, taking care of yourself type of energy, but also can sometimes be Minji. But it's sort of like things will go more favorably towards Hybe and Adore, but the girls are not going to be absolutely squashed. Something's coming up soon, but it's a good, because this is like big explosion, but the Lover is very opposite cards, but inverse at the same time, very colorful, very dramatic. Big tower, big calamity, and then it's sort of like unionship. We can come together again, especially because you have the Knight of Wands right there, which is like a lack of inspiration, movement, and creativity, and then it's sort of like a big explosion, and it's like, finally, movement. Control. We can make our own decisions, our own choices. The 2 of Swords is like being able to like make your own choice, your own decision. They will get what they want. It's not what they need, or should. I guess it's what they need now, because I've been saying that for a while. They'll get, it's not exactly what they wanted, but what I think they really want is to be a group again and to perform and to probably not be in this lawsuit anymore. But the Death is like a lack of a rebirth. The Moon is a revealing of a secret, and this is like unsatisfied, unfulfillment. I really, truly, honestly, I feel like their best interest would be to settle the lawsuit in like the least damaging way possible. Even if they believe they have a case, I don't know if it's going to rule entirely in their favor. I think they could get something out of this lawsuit. I do think they'll be able to be together again as a group. I don't know if they will, but they can. I see that as a strong potential, but I don't know if it'll happen. Like, they're not going to be barred from being together again. I could see them getting out of their contract with Adore and Hybe. It's weird. Like, for some reason, it's really hard to read on them as a collective. It's like the future is incredibly murky and foggy. I can't tell you why, like what sort of new thing would come out about what's going on with them. But it's like this is unfulfillment, but this is like happiness. This is also unsatisfaction. Oh, but this is like somebody, I could just really feel like there's going to be, you're going to be like, shut up. This is why I don't do readings on NewJeans, because it's always the same. But I feel like there's going to be new information. I don't know if it'll help their case entirely, but I don't think it'll help their case entirely for them to win, but I do think it'll help support them more, or at least help explain to the public more who are not on Heejin's side why they're doing what they're doing. Because I think there's just going to be something that's like, oh, like, why didn't you guys say that? Like, girl, that's crazy. Because this is like being out of your power for someone who's traditionally very powerful, which would be like a CEO, like a company. And like happiness and innocence. Minji, maybe, but it's also, could be one of the girls. A star, giving and taking. Oh, giving more to one. I do feel like something is going to favor NewJeans. And I don't think it has for a while, but I do see that. I don't know. Their future's unclear, and I think the girls are a little bit uncertain. They feel very, like, stuck overall. I don't think this reading was really that helpful. I'm so sorry. Well, of course, love you.